Productions are the multiple sources that stated, that Super was coming back in July of 2019. And shortly after that, Toei Animation totally denied it. IGN, who has worked with Toei in the past, by the way, Toei has sent them trailers early and whatnot, made a video about it, and Newsweek covered it. And basically, Toei said, nope, not happening. But since then, we've pretty much confirmed it with about 11 different people that Super is indeed in production right now and is scheduled to come back in July. I don't know the time slot. I believe it will not be on at the same time slot as Kitaro, but I don't know that for certain. One of the reasons as to why the series went into production so early, back in September, it was in pre-production, is because when Super number 1, the first Super back in 2015 was announced back in April, late April of 2015, they didn't even have any pre-production ready. They literally announced it and then started working on it. Whereas with this situation, it's going to be a little bit different because they want to make sure that both the animation and the writing also is on point. Because one of the problems with the writing in Super is that you had several different writers and they were all kind of rushed to get this story out and get it done, for each individual episode. And so you had episodes that had kind of weird follow-up episodes that wouldn't follow up on the previous narrative, and you had stuff like that happen in Tournament of Power, a lot. With this situation, though, it's going to give the entire crew, not just the animators, but the writing team, extra time. Now, what I want to talk about here in this video is this article that's coming out from Licensing Magazine, where Starbright launches Burrito and My Hero Academia in Italy and celebrates Dragon Ball's 30th anniversary. That's Dragon Ball Z's 30th anniversary, by the way. So what I want to talk about here is basically on April 16th and 17th, they're going to be having a trade fair in Italy discussing the future of Dragon Ball Super, and they're going to be discussing the brand for Super going into 2020 and 2021. Now, I want to say a couple things about this. Number one, and please, I want to make this clear. I am not saying they're going to announce Super coming back at this event. This is an Italian event. I don't believe they're going to do it. I believe that this is going to be mostly about merchandise and about what they're going to do as far as selling Super to those markets, because Super's still on the air in Italy, and they have, obviously, merchandise comes out all the time. However, I found it interesting that it said, 2020 and 2021, which is not just next year, but also the year after. Now, I was told, of course, that Dragon Ball Super, when it does come back, it's not going to be a seasonal anime. Now, I could be wrong on that, but one person said it's probably going to be like the old Super, maybe for about 3 years, maybe even longer than that. Maybe 4, 5, 6. I mean, we don't know. It depends on how popular the anime is and how the ratings do and the merchandise. That's what determines how long Super will be. So if anybody gives you an episode number saying, oh, it's confirmed for this many episodes, it's not. They don't know how many they're going to produce until the series actually starts, being on the air. Like I said, Dragon Ball Super episodes 1 to 131 was about 3 years. This could be about the same, maybe longer. Maybe it could be 5 years. It just depends. Also, the health of the voice actors, too. I mean, there's a lot of factors going into how long Super will be. But that being said, and by the way, I do want to say one more thing before I keep going. I want to thank everybody who's been behind me when it comes to this thing. I saw a lot of comments in that IGN video about Geekdom is right and all that stuff, and I really appreciate that. And in just a few weeks, I think, we will be proven right, because I still believe. Now, one person told me they believe that Super's going to come back early April. That's not a source. That's just a friend of mine who's kind of familiar with the anime industry and when they announce new cores and whatnot. But I still believe the latest we're going to get a Super announcement is going to be late April, early May. I think by the time we hit late May, it's not going to be announced by then. It'll be before then. I'm predicting the first couple weeks of May, first 2 weeks of May at the latest, we're going to get the announcement for Super, but most likely earlier than that. That's what I'm predicting. Again, not a confirmation, just a prediction based on how much time they have to promote the return of Super. So, yes, this event is happening in Italy. Dragon Ball Super meeting. Most likely they're not going to announce Super. They may give a hint. They may talk about other things. We may get something, but I really doubt it. I still believe late April is going to be the time we get the announcement. That's what I believe. And like I said earlier, the production is going to be so much better because they will have more time. They're not going to be rushed to getting this out. They're going to be on multiple week schedule this time. Like, you'll have episodes being produced in like July that won't even air until like September, maybe even October, maybe even November. So that's good that we're gonna get that much time for them to make it look good, and of course, hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be written well. I hope it'll be written well, but it has the chance to be written well. So again, if you see anybody covering this article, again, I don't believe that it's going to be announced on April 16th and 17th, but I still want to leave that out there for you guys as a possibility. But I still think it'll probably be late April, early May. At this point, 13 sources have stated it's coming back. I think it was either 11 or 13. I lost count because I'm counting a couple other ones that are kind of doing maybes. And then at least 4 of them have straight up said July. Of course, I'm not going to reveal who it is because I'm not going to cost somebody their job. But that's what I was told, and that's what I'm sticking with. I highly doubt that 13 people who are completely different people who work in different departments and different aspects of the industry are going to be wrong. So... And I find it funny, too, that Toei's denying it and actually going so far as to, have IGN make videos. And I'm not saying Toei made them make the videos. That's not what I'm saying. But I find it funny that the video I did about it only did about 330,000 views. It didn't even do 1 million views. And I'm not complaining about it, but I'm like, if it went viral, I would get it. But it seems to me like they're trying to hide this. Which, again, I do feel bad because maybe I shouldn't have announced it so soon, but I just wanted to get everybody hyped because we're going to have a good summer with this new Super and a better looking Super and hopefully a better written Super as well. And, I always want to be honest with you guys and tell you the truth about everything that I know and everything I've found out. Even if the company denies it, I'm going to tell you everything I know, and that's what I know. So there you go. This July, Super returning. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching this. Let's keep an eye out for these announcements coming in the next few weeks. Again, don't expect it to be after May, after the second week of May. That's going to be the latest I'm going to guess, probably earlier than that. Thank you, and I'll talk to y'all next time.